lucky. We're vlogging this weekend. What's up?
Hey guys.
Subscribe. All right, so we are getting in the plane now. So we're here with Jacob, my brother Jacob. Here is Luis. There is Elver / Shinana. Whatever you want to call it. And there's Eric with this little Coachella bag.
The bro.
The bro. So we'll be getting to LA. What's that?
Probably 5. I mean,
340 something, 340. So we have to get our cars, and then we'll be on our way to Coachella Valley. But we will keep you guys updated. All right, guys. So we did get to LAX eventually at 3:30, which is about a little bit earlier than we expected. So we were able to get a head start on the road. And right here, we're actually recording the road on the way there, but unfortunately, we kept failing. The phone kept falling, and this is the third time right here. And the last time we tried it was this fourth time right here, which was actually the best video. We were able to get some of the mountains, and the sun was going down at this point. And after a few hours on the road, we finally got to our destination. All right, so it's 11:25, and after a 4.5-hour drive, I believe it was. Told you guys it was a few hours. Which I actually drove the whole time. We finally made it to the Airbnb here on Joshua Tree. So here is our little Airbnb. We took a couple videos on the way here, but we actually forgot to vlog like as soon as we were walking in and stuff, because we actually have been driving for so long that we are so hungry. So, but here's a little tour of the place. So this is where my brother and I decided we were gonna share a room here. This is one of our restrooms. Here's Jacob right here running away. This is the one where Eric and Nina are gonna stay tonight, which there is a restroom right here as well. Which he thought there wasn't a door, but there is a sliding door right there. We have our little area where we have games. Here is Jacob and Elise, and Nana and Eric are cooking for us tonight. So we have some steak right here. Some steak, and let me give you guys a little tour of the outside. Jacob, can you turn the light on? So here's a little outside place. I'm gonna turn on the spotlight so I can show you a little better. So there you go. So the cool thing about staying over here in Joshua Tree, Yucca Valley, all those stuff is that you're basically kind of secluded into into nature. Some parts can be a little weird, but you're secluded, so you're kind of like by yourself in the middle of, nothing. So, but the other cool thing about that kind of got our attention here is the pool. So the pool actually changes colors, as y'all can see. So after we can't wait to actually jump in there. There's a pool, and then there's a little area where we can turn on the fire. A little shed over there, some tables, some seats over there. There's a fire. There's a grill over there as well. So yeah, this is our Airbnb here in Yucca Valley. What we're gonna do now is we're just gonna eat. Like I said, we are pretty hungry today, so we're gonna eat. Maybe we're gonna eat out here since it's right now it's like maybe 70 degrees out here, so it's like perfect weather. And we are so looking forward to tomorrow for Lady Gaga, of course. So here we are. We're gonna go ahead and eat, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So after almost 2 hours, we finally finished cooking. What was on the menu for that night? Eric was making some carne asada tacos with some rice and beans, I believe. Inana was making some wings while also washing dishes at the same time. I was just helping with the fries and the wings, but at the same time I was also playing Jenga with my brother.
making some drinks. Luis was making some whiskey sodas, which is our favorites, and we also had like a bunch of Trulies. After we finally ate and sat down, Luis and Jacob got in the pool, so they were able to enjoy the pool outside, even though it was a little cold. We were looking at about 70 or so degrees, so the water was very cold. And of course, we finally made it to day one.
So we are on day 2, or day 1 actually, of Coachella. Yesterday was just an arrival, and then today is going to be our first night at the festival. We're getting ready right now. There's Nana, and we'll keep you guys updated. We're excited for Gaga today. So guys, before heading into the festival grounds, we actually decided to have a little photo shoot in the backyard, because why not? I mean, look how pretty that backyard looks. And it's actually very fitting because it actually matched our outfits, because it looks like it came out right out of a telephone video, right? So that led us straight into the camping grounds, which is right before you get into the festival. The camping grounds is a little area that you have to walk through to get into the festival, but first you have to go through the gates. So you have a few gates that you can pick from. We always pick this one, and they check you in, they scan your bracelet, and that's when you get started. So we got there around 1 or 2 o'clock that day. So this has to be the fastest line we've ever been in, and the easiest that we've gotten in. This is the outfits for today. We are playing a telephone today. So we're about to walk in, and here's our schedule. I will post the schedule right there. What we're gonna see. Day 1, we are ready for you.
Was it really?
Let's go. So once we got inside, we actually didn't waste a second. We walked around for some time, then went straight to check out the new art installations and grab some food because we knew it was going to be a long day. Jacob was dressed as the Joker, so of course photographers stopped in for some pictures. And then Luis and I had to get a few shots of our outfits as well. Luis actually created these from scratch, which was pretty cool. It was festival fit check time for everybody. By the entrance, Lady Gaga had a merch booth set up, so we picked up a couple of show shirts, snapped some photos. You already knew we couldn't pass that up. So first up was Marina. I've actually been a fan of her since high school, so seeing her live was such a full circle moment. We were able to catch my new favorite song, Cantissimo, and a classic, How to Be a Heartbreaker. But it wasn't going to be the only time we would get to see her live, but I'll get into that story in a different video. So next up, it was Tyler. Some of the set times were actually overlapping, so we were only able to catch a few songs, but we did get to see the song Water live, which is actually my absolute favorite song from her. She's an amazing performer and dancer, but for some reason, some of the sound mixing felt a little off, so the music was overpowering her mic. It was kind of hard to hear her clearly. It was still a great performance though. Alright, so then came Los Mirlos. And a little story time for you guys. So I'm originally from Ancon, Lima, Peru. And we moved here to the US about 20 plus years ago or so. Now, if you know us Peruvians, if you know anyone that's from Peru, you know how patriotic we are and how much we love our culture. So Los Mirlos is they are from the Peruvian jungle. Originally from the region of the Peruvian jungle, which is called La Selva, and that is actually part of the Amazon as well. And their name actually comes from the blackbirds of the jungle. And I've actually known them since I was a little kid. So seeing them on a stage like Coachella, big stage like Coachella in California, it just felt unreal to me. And they even made history as the first Peruvian band to perform there, bringing the Amazonian cumbia to a global stage like Coachella. Here's a video of Jacob and I raising our Peruvian flag and dancing our hearts out for a few songs. I still can't believe we witnessed that moment. And also shout out to the creator of Asumare on Instagram. We were actually supposed to meet up, but if you've ever been to the festival, you know that the signal once you get in there is like completely non-existent. So next up was Lisa. If you don't know Lisa, she's part of Blackpink and was recently in the White Lotus. We got a few songs and we were actually seriously impressed, although we didn't get to see my favorite song, Born Again. She's such a strong performer, but then again, overlapping set times meant we couldn't stay long. So this is where we left Eric and Inanna behind because they wanted to stay and watch the remainder of Lisa's set. Because Inanna is a very big fan of hers. And Luis and I, in the meantime, decided, you know what, let's go ahead and head to Coachella stage and let's start waiting for Gaga. So we like ran our way to the Coachella stage, and to the point that even Luis fell at some point. But I'm glad we went because then we were able to fight our way to the front and we found a good spot for the rest of the show. And this is also where we split up from Jacob because of the Marias. So Jacob is a very big fan of the Marias, the band, and sadly we couldn't see them. So, but later on, Jacob did tell us that it was a really good set. And while we waited for Gaga to what seemed forever, we got to see Missy Elliott, which was such a fun surprise. She brought out so much energy to the stage and performed so many of her biggest hits like Work It, Get Your Freak On, and Lose Control. At some point, she even came out like a transformer, and she had so many outfit changes and set pieces that would just move around the stage. It was a perfect way to get the crowd hyped before Mother Monster came out.
Now on the bed, let me on your sofa. Call before you come, I need to shake my chocha. You do or you don't, or you will it won't ya. Go downtown and eat it like a vulture. See my hips, big hips.
Alright, and last but not least, it was time for Mother Monster herself, or as Coachella said, Mother Mayhem. And so the concert started with an intro of a few minutes long, introducing Gaga and the Lady in Red, which is also an intro that reminded me a lot of the Born This Way video. And the curtain opens, and Gaga finally comes out, starting with the medley of Bloody Mary, and then my favorite, Abracadabra. You can really feel and hear how loud the crowd was during this part.
On the distance when the devil turns around. Abracadabra, 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 abracadabra. In a tongue she said, death or love tonight.
Next it was Judas, and then Jiza. And then it was Garden of Eden, and then a crazy performance of Poker Face. And Act 2 starts with Perfect Celebrity and Deceased and the Sandbox. And that is followed by a beautiful performance of Paparazzi and then a speech by Lady Gaga herself.
I love you so much. I love you so much. I wanted to make a romantic gesture to you this year in these times of mayhem. I decided to build you an opera house in the desert. For all the love and all the joy and all the strength you've given me my whole life. Sometimes I feel like I went into a dream when I was like 20 years old. I've been in a dream ever since then, and I didn't know if I wanted to wake up, because what if you weren't there? Coachella!
After that, we quickly go into Alejandro and the Beast, and then Act 3 starts with Killa. And then we go straight to Zombie Boy. Then we go into Die With A Smile. And then right after that, my favorite song of the album, How Bad Do You Want Me?
Let's go, Coachella.
And that takes us to Act 4, which starts with Shadow of a Man. And then a classic, Born This Way. And one of my favorites, Shallow. And finally, Vanish Into You.
Vanish into you.
And of course, as expected, for the big finale, the crowd's favorite, Bad Romance.
Watch out, bad romance.
Alright guys, and thank you so much for watching. That was the end of my part 1 and part 2 of my video from Coachella. And like and subscribe, and signing off from beautiful downtown Dallas.